Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you to be here in my special program, Hashtag with Idalis. This is a special interview. Guess what? I have an amazing speaker today. So let's finish my presentation. As you know, my name is Idalis Bailey. I'm a nurse with an MBA in marketing, specialized in skincare, and very passionate with global integral beauty. This is my love, this is my passion, this is all my life. And also my medical spa, this is Renew Aesthetics. Remember that I'm very connecting with all my patients every single day, working and doing the best for you guys. But today, I have in my program one of my friends. She's very professional. I'm very happy to have her here. She's so busy. Just to give you an idea, to have Maraya in my interview, in my program, I had to book an appointment like 2 months ago because she always is busy. But she is doing an amazing job. She's doing the best. And today we're going to know about her. Hi, Maraya. Good afternoon. Thank you to be part of my interview. Hashtag with Idalis. How do you feel today?
Oh, first of all, it's my pleasure to be here. I'm just really thrilled to be part of the movement that you're creating, and I feel spectacular.
Thank you very much. I would like, before to start that short interview, I would like to start with yourself. Introduce yourself. How do you start with this passion in the hormonal balance in your professional career? Tell me a little bit more about yourself, how you can introduce yourself.
Sure. So I'm a women's health expert is the way that I introduce myself. My medical training as a nurse practitioner was at Yale University, and I'm also trained through the Institute of Functional Medicine. But really what I do is I help ambitious women move from exhausted to energized, balance their hormones, and feel turned on by their life, their lover, and themselves. This is done through a lot of different venues. I believe food is medicine. I believe that we need personalized supplementation, not to just take anything willy-nilly off the shelves, to have the right testing, and also acknowledge that we are complex, dynamic, ever-changing beings. And so it's not just our health from a medical lens, but also how we think and how we be, and our energy, our relationship with our sensuality and our feminine power and our dynamic, ever-changing beings. So anyway, I have a podcast, I have programs, I have courses, I host retreats. I'm also a mother and a wife. And at this point, we're recording this in 2023. I've been supporting women for 23 years now. So it's been a pretty amazing journey, and I love what I do.
Thank you to share this information. And yes, I want to share with you guys the way that I met her. It was through her podcast and all the social media world. She's very active in the social media. But the most important for Maraya, and I really call my attention, she's very focused in quality, not quantity. Mm-hmm. It's very similar than me. I don't looking for like million followers. I looking to share my experience. I looking to enjoy a nice time. And I enjoy the nice time when I really believe in myself, when I'm very confident with myself. If I know something that is working, I love to share, because that's the best way to work in this community. Yeah. Global Integral Beauty is an amazing community just for all the professional health, wellness, and aesthetics. And we are focused to work together as a multidisciplinary. That's the best way, the best movement globally, when we can offer best opportunities and better results for our patients. Just only when we work as a professional together, we can collaborate together, and we can connecting and start to play a big game, a professional game where everyone feels happy. And that's why I love Maraya work. Maraya has amazing expertise in all the hormonal balance. I love her And today we're going to share a little bit about her information. As a founder,
Idalis, I just want to say, just to like really reiterate what I heard you say, is that if we want people to trust us, we have to trust ourselves.
definitely.
And I love that you're saying this is a multidisciplinary approach. You know, when I asked you why me, I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a plastic surgeon. I talk more about health and beauty from the inside out versus the outside in. But you're really acknowledging and honoring that we are complex beings and we get to approach it through lots of different venues. And so I just really want to honor what it is that you're doing.
Thank you, Maraya. Thank you. That's why, that's the idea. We have to be connecting. Of course, you say, why if I'm no esthetician? Why if I know plastic surgery or dermatology? But you are a professional in the health. And remember, to feel beauty is not only outside, it's inside. Everything started from inside to outside. And that's the big difference when you work by professional hands. That when we are really connecting and convince ourselves the amazing job that we are doing together. And that's the difference. Of course that you are the number one in this multidisciplinary work. Why? You always has to talk and work with women. And women, not only when we are in our menopause, for example, in my menopause, I'm not going to look in you just for my menopause. Remember, there are a lot of women with premenopause, with depression, with so many symptoms. That is part of your amazing experience, how to help them to feel, confidence, get balance in their life. And that's the part that we are going to talk a little bit with you today. As a founder of the Woman Vibrancy Co., what health factor is being treated during the process to help women and in the integral way?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'm hearing you ask is, as part of the Women's Vibrancy Code, what are the key pillars of what it is that we address? So first, from a multidisciplinary standpoint, of course, we're looking through the lens of health and nutrition and supplementation and really up-leveling what labs are being ordered and through what lens are we seeing them. But also, what is our relationship with ourselves and our mindset and our sensuality? And so what I do is, from a foundational standpoint, a lot of women come and work with me and I hear a few things. I hear them say, I'm tired of going and seeing my healthcare provider, and I hear a couple things. They either tell me, it's just part of aging, or here's a prescription. And they're saying, no, I'm not going to just accept this as part of aging. I want to continue to feel spectacular. I don't recognize myself in the mirror. I want my hormones and my thyroid and my adrenals and my gut health to be amazing. And I don't want just another prescription. And so we're addressing it from a more foundational place. I'm not opposed to prescriptions. I have my prescriptive authority. I've been prescribing since 2007. And yet there is so much that we can do with more subtle, simple changes in what goes in and out of our eyes and our mouth and our heart. And so we're addressing it from a more multidisciplinary lens. We're allowing women to really feel heard and seen, and saying it's not just that we're going to put a band-aid on the symptom, but let's look at the underlying cause so that you can renew your trust in healthcare providers again, that honor you as a very unique puzzle. And so we get to really just allow women to come alive again, using health and our hormones and our brain clarity and our sleep and our thyroid health and our adrenal health, using that as the foundation. And then it just builds. And women, what I say is, we get to turn the lights back on. Many of you are just kind of going through your day and the lights are dim and maybe you don't even realize it. But when we turn the lights on, wow, does it feel spectacular. The colors are bright. You feel spectacular again. And then it shows up in your business. It shows up in your endeavors. It shows up in your relationships, because you're vibrating at a frequency that's contagious and it's magnetic. And so then it has an ROI, not just in how you feel, but what it is that you create for your own businesses.
Thank you, Maraya. I definitely agree with that. If we are not happy inside, we cannot show happiness outside. And it's going to affect, of course, in all relationships. And definitely, I think in the day that I saw your post a couple days ago, that's why I make a comment and I really call my attention, no? Like it is so important because the day that we are ready to connect our body with our mind, that's the day that we really were going to enjoy life and quality of life. And it's not difficult. It's more easy than we think. Sometimes we somatize too much thing negative in our head. Oh, it's so cute. We have a new VIP guest here.
Here, can you poke
Hi.
your head in? This
Hi.
is
You see, this is part of our interview. We always have surprise here.
Hey Sarah, when you go sit down, I have my 6-year-old home. She was congested today. Sarah, will you go sit down and pick a card? There you go. Not right now, though, okay? Let me finish this and then I'll come be with you. All right, love you. I'm here.
It's part of the interview, so that's why we are working with family. We're working with professionals. So I have my son too. Don't worry.
I love that I work from home and I love that I get to be present as a mother while I do what I love.
I'm doing the same. Thank God that I have the opportunity to be next to my son's whole his life, literally after school, because it's the best way to teach them the value of the real world and the value of the family. So that's the big difference when they grow together and when they are, like unfortunately they don't have the opportunity to have together. They have to have a babysitting or going after school. That is not the same. It's better than nothing, but it's not the same. So, Maraya, according to our last question, I know that you always are working with groups and you socialize with all the women and help them through the special events. What kind of expectation the woman can get in that special event in the retreat? What is the expectation they can get from that retreat that you are doing with that passion where you connecting with them, you prepare all your program specialized for them? What is the expectation that they're going to get from your retreat?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I have a lot of different ways that I can work with women. I have a membership, I have self-paced courses, there's a year-long container, I host women's retreats, also virtual VIP days, in-person VIP days. There's a number of different options, and I speak a lot around the world. And so all of it is through the lens of I want women to remember that they can feel absolutely vibrant. We can deepen in and trust ourselves, and we can build big businesses. We can have tremendous success, but we can do it in a feminine way. We all know what that looks like. When you see a beautiful woman walk in a room, she might have the fancy clothes and the beautiful face, but more than anything, what we are attracted to is we feel her energy. She walks in with an energy of confidence and grace and humility and power. And she knows that her frequency and what she is bringing serves the room that she walks into. And so I help women cultivate that. And so obviously we start with, let's look at your foundational health, your cellular well-being, and we do that in person. And I mean, there's so many different ways. If you're listening to this and you're leaning in, even just listening to the podcast, it's all for the same focus. I want people to feel spectacular. Yes, you can look spectacular, and Idalis and her community help you with that. But I also want you to feel spectacular from the inside. And sometimes, even though we've seen great healthcare providers, they miss things. And it's, it's sad to say, but a lot of healthcare these days is sick care rather than healthcare. And once again, band-aids on symptoms rather than getting to the foundation. And so for those of you that don't know, I'm a midwife by training. I've been attending births since 2000. I've attended births in West Africa and Central America and Haiti. And I lived in Hawaii for 8 years, and home births and birthing center births and hospital births, all of it. And so I say, even though now in my life I don't attend births, I'm still midwifing women through chapters of change. And that means holding the container for women to find their power, to feel spectacular and birth into, kind of like becoming a mother, birthing into their next era, their next version of themselves that feels spectacular and has energy all day and sleeps well and feels nurtured by their relationships and feels a strong sense of presence with herself and when she's with others. And so at the retreats, we gather together as women. Usually I cap them at about 20 women. And I'm actually planning a world tour coming up. We'll have retreats not just in the US, but also in Bali and Greece and Mexico. And we get to gather together and be in presence, to allow some vulnerability, allow us to remember that femininity and surrender is actually really powerful. I use the example of a river. It has to have the banks, it also has to have the water. And we can be both. We can hold it together and be the pillars in a community and a household and run businesses. I'm a founder, I'm a CEO, I run a team, I have a lot of different things moving and grooving, and I also can be the water. And so it's around helping us all to feel spectacular and to remember that we can be both. And when we really root in trusting ourselves and move the health stuff out of the way, wow, the ripple effect is spectacular. And women build big legacies, but they do it without burnout.
It's amazing. It is amazing to hear that, because I don't know for what reasons the majority of people, they are worried so much. They don't feel 100% confidence. We should do this kind of events more often. When they are ready in the retreat, what is the way that you can help them to connecting to themselves? Because they going, but when it is going for the first time, they don't know how it's going to be, how you can help them to connect into their self.
No, it's so important. I think that we have a loneliness epidemic in the world. I think a lot of the anxiety and the depression and the sadness is really a byproduct of people feeling alone. And so it really is potent to create spaces, particularly for women, where it's a safe container. And we can allow ourselves to see ourselves, be seen, and hold space and see others in a vulnerable and an empowered place. And so women, firstly, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, listen to the podcast. It's called the Women's Vibrancy Code. My YouTube channel, just follow me, lean into some of the work. And then really you just reach out to me. I'm very approachable. Send me a DM. And I kind of handpick. For each woman, it might be a different place that's the best starting point based on how much time she has and how much she's ready to invest in herself. And do you enjoy self-paced? Do you want in-person? Would you prefer it to all be virtual? And, I have clients all over the world, from Canada, Australia, the Caribbean, US. It really doesn't matter where you are. That's the beauty of these days. We have some options that are in person and people fly in from all over, but also we have this beautiful thing called Zoom, and we can gather together because we share a longing. We share a same interest in wanting to be ambitious while also feeling spectacular. I said earlier on, if you want others to trust you, you have to trust yourself. And for us to trust ourselves, it really helps to feel spectacular, to feel confident, to feel beautiful from the inside out, and also to get the nuisance symptoms out of the way. You know, if you're anxious, tired, not sleeping well, not comfortable with your bodies, experiencing brain fog, your menstrual cycles all over the place, hot flashes, loss of libido, all of that, those are valid and important things. And just because they're common doesn't mean that they're normal, and you don't have to just accept them as part of aging. And so we get to address that in whatever way you lean in. And then with a safe container, what I say is just outside your comfort zone and in the support of the right community is where magic happens. And so we get to take leaps of faith. We get to once again trust ourselves and bet on ourselves and take steps towards feeling spectacular in a safe container where we can be heard and seen and honored and acknowledged, and to know that you're not the only one. And magic happens. Once again, the lights turn on, our butterfly wings open up, and the path reveals itself. And it's amazing. Women that I work with create spectacular lives. They turn around their relationships. They quit their jobs. They move. They change careers. They turn it on. Income turns on. I've had women, one woman right after the retreat was gifted $10 million. Another one upgraded to first class. I say, what is that? That's energy. When we say, I am potent and I am powerful, and I desire to live a big life and create a big legacy, it's that. So women come in all different ways. And it's, my container is very approachable.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And I really invite all the community, all people who are connecting with us in this interview, hashtag with Idalis. Every time that you feel like you need some professional to help you, you can call Maraya. You can send him the test, you can send through their social media too. Because it's the only way when we have questions, go to professional hands. What happens when we feel like that, the easy way is to hear our friends, our neighbor, our cousin, but it's nice to be respect with them. But the most important is to listen to professionals, because professionals have education, that have experience, that they are expertise in this area, and they are the best person who is going to guide us, get directions, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. Because usually the problem is not really about the age, it's more in your head. It's just because you listen everyone without any experience.
And I will say, I think that there's a lot of people out there that have lost trust in professionals. Yes. There's a lot of women that I see that will say to me, I went to the doctor and they told me everything was fine. They weren't able to give me the answers, and they're tired of just feeling like a number with these short visits and another prescription. And so if you're one of those that you're kind of losing trust in the professionals, I want to say to you that there are a lot of us out there. Now, over the pandemic, there was also a lot of people that popped up online that say that they're next experts. I think there's a lot of value in saying, what's your track record? What's your education? Like, do they actually have a track record, and are they truly professionals? And it is okay to keep asking. Find someone that you really feel heard and seen by. Find someone, if what you're looking for is a more holistic, multidisciplinary approach, it's there. And yes, we reach to our girlfriends. That's something that we will do over time, historically and in the future, because we want to know what worked for you. But just because it worked for your best friend, we also have to make sure that you have support, you have accountability and handholding with someone that has credentials and training, okay? Because I see women just randomly taking supplements and medications and trying things, and even though it worked for your neighbor or your friend or your niece or your cousin, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best plan for you. So keep trying, keep looking. I say don't ask people for directions to places that they haven't been. Who are you asking? If what you're wanting is nutrition and supplementation and hand-holding and a multidisciplinary approach, I'm so glad you're here, and there's a reason that you're listening to this interview with me and Idalis, because there are still great solutions out there.
Thank you, Maraya. Definitely, we're going to share all your information, and everyone can, reach you in any way they can find you. I would like to know a little bit more about your experience with the Global Integral Beauty platform in health, wellness, and aesthetic. How this platform is help you, and how do you feel be part of this amazing platform, specialized now that you're going to be a co-author of this book?
Yeah, well, I am just so thrilled. I mean, I first came in and I was one of your guests on a summit that you put on. And to look at what you're creating for this conference in Manhattan at the Marriott Marquis, it's going to be fun. I'm sure it's going to bring the energy. And to look at the list of other global experts that you're bringing in, wow. My hat goes off to you. You're obviously putting a lot of time and energy into handpicking really trained professionals that have a track record. The book, I mean, I know you've already had one. This is now second edition. It was so fun writing my chapter and really thinking deeply about my answers to your questions. So I can't wait for the book to launch. And I'm just thrilled to be a part of this movement, especially because it's so global. I understand you've had a lot of influence in Latin America and Latin countries, and now to be coming into the US, I'm tickled pink to be able to be given an opportunity to help you grow your global impact. Because once again, we get to feel beautiful.
That's part of our conversation before that you say, when we have like life, when we feel grateful, the only that we need is to have vision and just listen yourself, discover your dreams, your vision. And that was my dream from long time ago, working community, in global community, specialized in my field. I'm a nurse, so also that's why I like to work with all the professionals, because it's amazing how we can connect in together. But as part of this platform, I really want to thank you, because from you and everyone, all the professionals who trust me and believe in me, you guys are helping a lot to grow. That's why you can see growing every day, but not only for me, for you guys. If you don't do it, it's impossible to do for myself. Now it's a big community, and this community are making the big change in our health, wellness, and aesthetic community. Thank you to be part of this amazing platform. I would like to give you like the last a special question or special messenger for all this community, inviting to read your charter. But I don't want that you talk about your charter, because they have to buy your book and read your history. So just a little bit message for this community.
Okay, so you're wanting me to share one message that I want everyone to hear. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
I think if there's one message you're going to hear from me, is you get to dream, and you get to dream big, and you are worthy of greatness. We have the esteemed privilege of asking, believing, and receiving. When, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if I would be the CEO of a, seven-figure business, I never, it's even wild for me to say it out loud, but I allowed myself to ask. I allowed myself to dream. And then I dug into my belief systems around my worthiness and who I be, and allowed myself to feel those dreams as a reality. And I made big, bold decisions, existing in the future version of me. And so I did my work around my belief systems and making big, bold decisions in that future version as though it had already been accomplished. And then I allowed myself to receive. And receiving sometimes can be difficult for women. We're accustomed to giving, serving. And so what I want you to hear is, my friend, you are absolutely worthy of living a spectacular life. No matter what others have said, no matter what people are saying about the industry right now and the economy, there are amazing businesses being built, and people are creating tremendous success and fulfillment, and they feel loved, and they feel healthy, and they feel wealthy. And so we get to ask, we get to dream, we get to do our work in our belief systems. And then we simply get to drop into the energy of receiving the greatness that we're asking for, receiving the gifts and the support and the clients and the relationships and the love and the wealth. And so a lot of that comes down to the stories that we tell ourselves. And so you get to tell yourself the stories that you are spectacular and great and beautiful and destined for greatness and needed on this planet. That you are beautiful and healthy and vibrant, and that people love you and that you love deeply. And so tell yourself those stories and allow yourself to believe them and make choices and decisions based on that powerful, spectacular version of you. And you'll learn more about some of my stories when you read my chapter in the book.
Thank you very much. And I am the testimonial how I kept connecting with your energy, because in our summit, the last time that I invite you, I just connecting with you immediately. I love your presentation, but not only your presentation, the way that you're connecting with all the audience. And I told you immediately, I love your presentation. I love it. That's connecting. Your energy is like amazing. So I invite everyone to know when the book is almost coming, so you will hear about in the news. I'm going to invite everyone to buy the book and get the book and hear all the professional history in this book, and you will enjoy that too. And unfortunately the time is over, so I want to thank Maraya. Maraya, thank you for your time. Thank you to be part of this interview and your amazing support. I wish you the best. I'm very happy. I'm desperate to see you on New York on November 11th for your presentation and also to launch the book. But also I would like to thank everyone who are connecting in this interview too. You can reach directly to Maraya in her social media. She's going to repeat again all the social media, all the information. As you know, everyone, I'm going to continue doing all my interview. Please, thank you to support me, and please just remember, if you have any topic, a special topic that you want that we can talk, just send me by text, and I will do everything that all my community wants, because that's the idea, to be connecting with you. Thank you. And Maraya, please let me know where we can connecting, where we can hear you, we can your email, your social media, everything that people wants to know about you.
Sure. So I'll say right up front, email's not necessarily the best because it's very inundated, but my name is Maraya Brown, so Maraya, Maraya Brown. You can go to marayabrown.com. You can find Maraya Brown on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, as well as a YouTube channel. My podcast is called The Women's Vibrancy Code. I highly encourage you find it on all the platforms. You're welcome to listen there. And no matter where you find me, just send me a message, okay? I've got a number of free giveaways. There's a lot of different ways that I support women, and actually I do work with men as well. So for the men that are still listening, wives often send their men my way, their husbands my way, and then I work with men in a one-on-one concierge space, and they often send their wives my way. So there's a lot of options. And generally what we do is you just simply apply for a call, and then me or the team will respond to that application, and we can hop on a call and co-create a very personalized package for you based on what it is that you're longing for and what you've already tried. And once again, there's a lot of different options. So just find me in the platform that you exist in. Instagram or LinkedIn is one of those. I'm just like poking my head. So you're more likely to get a swift response via Instagram and Facebook. But once again, just go to marayabrown.com and you'll find everything there.
Thank you, Maraya, again for your time. And I want to remind everyone who are here, please connecting to our social media, Idalis Beauty Savvy and Global Integral Beauty. Any comments, any little heart, any sticker, but please do comment. We have to be everyone active, help all the community, and you can go follow up. And any question that you have, please don't forget, and just remind every time that we are here to connecting with all health, wellness, and aesthetics global community. Thank you, and thank you for your time, and I appreciate for everything that you do for the Global Integral Beauty platform.
Absolutely. Thank you.